And you think to yourself, surely that's not a chopping board. And it says on it, chop, chop, chop.
And it's so light. It's like they pump the ice cream so full of air.
Thousands of comments. It's too expensive. Like, what a rip-off.
Do it yourself then.
Honestly, donuts. Get some
like,
cigarettes while you're at it.
Cigarettes and donuts on a Thursday arvo on the way home from kindy.
You're listening to the Pepper and Me podcast, Around the Dinner Table with Cherie, Cam and Lorne, where we chat all things food and business.
All right, welcome to Around the Dinner Table podcast with Cherie and Lorne from Pepper and Me. Episode 3, back for the new year. How are you feeling?
Great.
Are you actually back at work yet?
No, that's probably why I feel great.
Yeah. You've done like 2 days work.
Oh, well, I've got the kid. I tried. But yeah, it's actually so hard with the kids and living half an hour away because I can't just pop down for 2 hours. I either have to commit and then I come and then it's just frustrating because the kids running around and I can't actually film anything or edit anything. So it's, I kind of knew Jan would be a bit of a
all over the show
write-off.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's been fine. But then I've just got so much going on at home.
Yeah.
Big hole dug in the ground.
Inflicted.
Yeah, well, the hot water cupboard
Yeah, that's a stitch up.
on again and then fix that. And then, the whole house is just in disarray. Just walking around cleaning up after kids all day. That's all I do. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Does
it ever stop? You reckon? Surely one
I don't know.
time.
I don't know.
Our parents would probably say no.
We never had a messy house, though, when we were kids.
That's what I mean. Because they were probably always cleaning up after.
Do you reckon? I feel like we never made that much mess over the whole house. Like, my kids will go make a mess in Kit's room, everything comes out of the wardrobe, make a mess in Pepper's room, everything comes out. Craft cupboard, everything comes out. And then in the lounge, and then they've got 3 containers of silver A&Ns out. That's all set up.
Yep.
And then, like, Kit's just tearing crepe paper up and leaving that all over the floor just for fun.
Fair enough.
Just, all in the space of an hour.
Abel, at the moment, I mean, your kids do it when they come here, but Abel at the moment loves, like, the recycling, the empty cardboard boxes.
Oh, yes.
I'm not allowed to throw them out.
Big fans of
like,
recycling
even just,
at my
like, the
house.
little, like, corner off a piece of cardboard, I'll go to pick it up and throw it out, and he'll lose the plot because that's his piece of cardboard.
Yeah. Yes, it's an ongoing
And it's so
nightmare.
random, but anyway.
Pepper knows to leave all her cardboard box crafts at school until she goes to Shannon's because they're not welcome at my house. And then he sends her back to my house the other day with like a ream of paper drawings and like 16 origami crafts. Yes, she is. Thank you. Amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to come. I'll be back properly next week. Another short week. These short weeks at the start of the year are a bit of a stitch up, eh?
They make it hard to get back into a decent routine.
They make it real hard to just get into it, but that's fine. So my kids are going back to school tomorrow. Most schools are going back next week after
Waitangi?
Waitangi because it's actually so
they go
annoying.
back tomorrow
Yeah.
for 2 days,
And then
Monday, and then
day
off.
Yeah,
and
day
then
off
back on.
Tuesday. But like everyone wants to go away this weekend, obviously. It's a long
Totally, everyone's
weekend.
going camping.
So to have to come back to take them to school on Monday is a bit of a nightmare. And also it's my birthday on Friday, so I don't want to. I was like, what could I do? I could do a long night shift. Like, no, I got to drop off the kids and pick them up, and then they've got a swimming lesson after school on Friday, and then so I can't go away till 3 p.m. Have to come back Sunday morning. It's just going to be a pain. So it's not worth going away. So we're just going to stay here.
Yeah.
In the dirt-surrounded hole of a yard. Ooh. Yeah. They reckon they're pouring the concrete tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Just around the edge of the pool. It's called a bond beam, and that locks it in, and you can swim in it once that's in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all the electronics will be hooked up. The pump shed's going in on Friday morning.
Yeah.
So the dirt will it'll still be all sand, but it'll be all flat.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I don't know if I guess you just start swimming, try and make the most of it.
Yeah, and just
I will be. I was just about to jump in there yesterday. It's only half full. 30 degrees.
Man, we ended up at Pilot Bay yesterday after work because it was just so hot.
So hot.
It's quite windy there, but so we what I was going to say is you should just go to Bunnings or whatever and buy some fake grass. To lie just to
to get to the pool, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He did say that he's like a lot of people just chuck down a weed mat.
Yeah. Weed mat would be fine.
But
fake grass
all going to plan. The tiles, it's only sort of a week.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. So 2 weeks.
Right.
So
you'll be fine then.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I might just chuck. I've got heaps of old towels and we just chuck some of those down or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Everyone's loving the pool content on Instagram. I feel like I knew everyone would enjoy it because I just thoroughly enjoy watching that sort of content. But
Yeah.
I didn't really want to put it up there because I just feel like a bit of a show off. But it's just such entertaining content. I love it.
Yeah.
I am enjoying it.
I think it's fine. I think most people, you just have to. So we went on this deep dive, right? Because I started following all of these people on TikTok that are like super rich.
Oh yes,
You know what I mean?
super rich,
Super rich.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was thinking about it from a whole different sort of perspectives because I was like, why are not they not getting hated on for like flaunting their Ferrari collections and driving around with their busy day picking up 6 cases of Fuji water, you know?
Yeah.
And I was trying to think about it, and I think it's if you're doing it in a way that's not
pretentious.
You're just not trying to show off your life. You're just saying this is my life. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is a hard line to get across, but this detox on TikTok that we follow, I don't even know her name. What's her name? Mustn't be Dee.
I found it because I went deep dive stalking to try and figure out who they were and where their money was. But she's great follow though. She doesn't come across as
she doesn't
at all. Like,
and that's
just
where
really
I was like, what's the difference there? Why am I like happily watching all of her TikToks going back months and months and months? And I was like, it's because it's not showy. It's just this is my life.
Yeah.
Really cool. Really interesting.
It is interesting. It's always great to see how other people live. I think I've said before, I really enjoy following those private chefs in the Hamptons.
Yes, that was going to be one of my follows this week.
What they cook all day.
Private chef for a billionaire.
Everyone loves watching that kind of. It's interesting.
It's almost it's almost like that chasing sunset or selling sunset or whatever. You know, you're kind of vicariously living through someone else.
I'm not like that. I just whacked an extra 100K my mortgage.
I want a pool.
Maxed out my mortgage. Well. When I asked them, I didn't think they'd say yes. To be fair,
you need a gatekeeper, eh? You didn't even tell me you were going to the bank. I would have gatekept you on that one.
Well, I actually didn't even. I was like, hey, just throwing it out there. Like, I'd eventually like to put in a pool. Like, what are your thoughts? And she's like, oh yeah, we can make that work. I didn't expect it, so I was like, perfect.
Got too many enablers living around.
I do. It's actually so great. Yeah, I do enjoy. I enjoy a full enabling. Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't need it. Okay. Yeah. So food this week. How
was your weekend?
Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
So nice.
Date anniversary?
Yeah, so Matt surprised me. Oh, because he was going to be away for my birthday, so it was actually a birthday present.
Yep.
And I had no idea where we were going, and he'd planned, it was actually really cool. So we went to this yurt.
In Thornton?
In Thornton, in the middle of an avocado grove. And there was kind of nothing around, but he'd spent days prepping all of these meals, like all of my favourite meals.
That's insane.
Like he'd made jus reduction, pistachio cream, raspberry gels and panna cottas. He had every single sort of cheese and had packed it all up. And we just had a great time. We just cooked and ate the whole time. It's like he knows me well. All I want to do is cook and eat. Yeah. And just chill.
Food and chill.
It was right by the beach, so you could walk up to the beach through the farm.
Yeah.
And there was veggie gardens.
That's quite cool. I was wondering if you could walk to the beach.
Yeah, it was 700 metres. Yeah. It was a little bit of a
trek.
And the weather was a bit rubbish, so we did go and have a swim. It was a bit stormy.
Thornton Beach, it's not a nice swimming beach. It's not a.
It's a bit like Pukahina. It's not bad.
Yeah.
That whole coast is a little bit rougher. But it's actually a bit the most wasted amount of coastline.
It's huge.
And there's beach that whole way.
I know.
Quite stark, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was great though. We just ate so much food. And the winner of the trip, the best thing we ate, I reckon, was the French dip sandwich. And I'd been watching videos of a French dip sandwich a few weeks ago because Jess had said you've got to do a French dip sandwich for the club. And I'd showed him.
Up on TikTok, eh?
I did, yeah. So we did. Yes, all my TikToks are flopping at the moment. We did ciabatta, hollowed it out a little bit, garlic butter, warmed the bread.
Yep.
Rocket, I had made a horseradish cream for the bottom.
Yum.
And then we did a real sharp jalapeno cheddar.
Oh, yum.
And eye fillet, like perfectly medium rare eye fillet.
Yep.
We just
Yeah,
did
it
that
looked
in
delicious.
the wood fire pizza oven. And then some pickled peppers, like pickled pepperoncinos, and then an onion jus,
Yep.
red wine jus with
Yum.
sticky onions.
Yep.
And then, so that was the sandwich, cut in half, and then you have
Dip it.
jus on the side to
Yep.
dip it, so it's like a red wine gravy dip.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yum. How did you do the steak in the pizza oven? Did you just do it on like a cast iron, something in there?
Because it was such a good little pizza oven, it was actually way easier to use than mine.
Smaller?
Much smaller.
Yep.
And it heated up within half an hour.
Yep.
It was actually quite like, wow.
Yep.
That is so much easier than mine. But there was a pizza stone sort of lifted up there, and it must have got to like 400 degrees. So I think he just sort of seared it and then left it in there for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, though that was stunning. Like dipped in that jus. Oh, yum! Ultimate comfort food. And then the pizza dough folded in half, and then you kind of cook it with nothing in it.
Yep.
So it's like a bread.
And then you kind of open it up and then fill
like
it.
a half pizza set calzone sandwich kind of situation.
Yeah, that's so cool, eh?
Oh, it was.
Just slather in the middle in oil, eh, so it doesn't stick together, and you're all good.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, or you could put a little bit of cheese in the middle if you want to melt the base cheese, and then rock it prosciutto, stracciatella. Oh, yum, chili oil. Yeah, and so we had a great weekend of eating. So the diet's off to a real good start. And then my personal trainer's got COVID now. So I know.
So that February challenge going to kick off real good.
I know. Today's the last day of Jan. Yeah, I'm actually so worried because it's my birthday on Friday. And if you're not eating or drinking, there is literally nothing to do. I don't know what to do.
You could come to work and work.
Oh, that sounds not
Drink
for me.
coffee? Can you drink coffee?
You can drink black coffee, yeah.
Black coffee.
Pepper's got a double ear infection, so that, and she's had it for since the 2nd of January because she got her and then she was going to Shannon's that day, so I said, she's 2 ears, and just started take her to the doctor. It was a bit of a stitch up, but I'd been in Mangawai, so I couldn't really do anything. And double ear infection. Yep. And they did the drops for the 5 days. She came back to me and we were back in the lake and it never healed. And then back to him and he's back at the doctor with her. He's like, right, no water.
No swimming.
So she's not even allowed, she needs to wear blue tack in her ears when she's showering and all sorts. So she needs to be out of the water for another week. She's actually in quite a bit of pain still, which is weird.
Is it just drops? You can't have no antibiotics?
I don't think it's like an infection. I think they just get really inflamed.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually don't. I wondered that too.
Abel's got styes on his eyes.
Oh, he does too.
He had one on the bottom over here, one on the bottom over here, and he ended up with one on the top over here, and then one on the bottom over here just this morning. So he's literally had 4 styes.
So they're transferring. He's rubbing his eyes and
is it a viral thing?
I don't know, but you can transfer skin infections like that quite easily.
So he is probably rubbing his eyes when he's going to sleep and stuff like that, which is pretty standy. So, and that first one that he got, we got him a haircut like 2 days later because his hair was coming down, so he was constantly wiping his eyes. Yeah. So I think. Yeah, that's another doctor's appointment for him tomorrow because it's just like.
So did they give him eye drops or?
No. Well, we haven't been to the doctors because they just keep clearing up after a couple of days, but then they come back and go away and they come back and they go. So antibiotics or something for that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Kids are great, eh?
Oh.
Love them.
Yeah. So great.
Marley's so cute at the moment though. He's such a cute age.
Yeah, he's like.
He's a little
10
copycat.
months?
Yeah, 10 months.
Yeah.
Hang on, yeah.
That's a real cute age from then till like 2, is the cutest age,
yeah.
1.5.
He's very chatty and he's just learnt that he's got a very loud voice. So he sits there like chatting to you, but like screaming the house down. Or he'll be happily and, we'll be driving in the car and he'll be happy as anything, just like screaming at the top of his lungs. Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Food.
Back to food. Oh, I've got something. Have you got on your plate? Because I've got something to cancel.
Yep, you go first. I don't have anything to cancel, I don't think. But you go.
Okay, this is a big one.
Oh dear.
This is a big one.
Okay.
This item should not exist. It is the stupidest item on the planet. I don't know why I've not brought it up before. Okay?
No, I don't know.
Any guesses?
No.
A glass chopping board.
Oh, yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute worst item on the planet.
Yes.
You can get in that bin.
Yes.
All the Airbnbs that you go to,
Have
a
glass.
little cabin,
Really?
little beach batch, glass chopping board. And you think to yourself, surely that's not a chopping board. And it says on it, chop, chop, chop. It's a chopping board. You can't chop on glass.
Grandma had one of them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe it's an olden days thing.
Odd.
It is odd. It should be. If you have a glass chopping board, honestly, go walk down to your kitchen right now, put it in the bin, and go on. Do we sell them on Cane Neighbour? We run out, eh?
Run out.
Okay, well, wait.
Until our new ones arrive.
And now that I've put it in your head, you'll realise how bad it is. I bet your mum's got one, or your grandma's got one, and we're going to get some new chopping boards for Cane Neighbour because we had the best chopping boards, but then our chopping board maker in Hamilton
Decided to get a real job.
decided to buy a cafe, so he's not making our chopping boards anymore. But we've been trying to find someone else to make them.
Yep. We've got a couple leads.
Luckily, we took our own chopping board and knife.
Yep.
But, oh my God, you couldn't get any worse.
I think that's something that we should sell is like a little camping kit. Like a little Airbnb
Oh, a little Airbnb kit. Yeah, that's a great idea. A little
if you
pinch
shop
pot
to-
man grind.
Just the basics.
Yeah,
but
little
it has
knife.
to have like a decent knife.
Yeah,
and a chopping
board.
board. So when you show up, you're not
Yeah.
filtering through the drawer of 75 like crappy beach house
I'd
knives.
never have a sharp knife.
Never.
Yeah,
ever.
I always take a knife to an Airbnb and I always take man grind and a essential oil. Oh, I'd probably take 5 or 6 peppermint products, but a man grind and essential oil. And I leave them behind.
Yeah.
I always leave them behind because I'm thinking whoever's going to come to this batch is going to have no nice seasonings. They're going to have a salt shaker. The salt's caked to the bottom.
Yeah.
So it usually got some rice in the bottom of it. That's all glued together and this little glass little shaker. Now
Rusted steel
they're going to have
top.
a beautiful man grind, a beautiful chili oil, and they'll be sweet. Sometimes I take a pepper grinder, leave that there too. Yes, it's my signature mark.
It's hilarious.
I always leave behind pepper and me.
So good.
I wonder if the Airbnb people leave them there or steal them for themselves.
We should do that. We've talked about this before, like giving Pepper and Me stuff, like a little like Pepper and Me station of just like man grind or something.
Yeah, to all Airbnbs.
Yeah, and just have a bunch of
Maybe 2 grinders, one filled with man grind, one filled with
Pepper and Me.
and the sesh oil in the pourer bottles.
Yes.
Yeah, you could do that as a little 3-pack.
Yeah.
I have been thinking about this. I was literally just thinking about this on my way to work today.
Yeah.
So I took 6 bottles of the sesh oil to Pap House in the little pourers.
Oh yeah.
So you can leave them on tables with the
Empty by now, wouldn't they?
salt and pepper. But the idea is they buy more because
Yeah,
all the customers then become addicted to the chili oil. They want to buy sesh oil, and then the restaurant wants to carry on buying sesh oil too because it's like everyone's loving it.
Yeah.
It is just maybe I'm worried it's a little bit too spicy for the
Average Joe.
general consumption of the public. So
Right.
I don't know if you dim down, maybe don't put the cayenne in it. Anyway, I reckon we'd write off like 500 bottles of sesh oil, and I'll go around the country and I'll find any restaurants that are like want to
Yeah.
have them with their salt and peppers on the table.
Yep.
And hope that they come back and buy more.
Yeah.
And leave the branding on it. Like, surely if you just give like 8 out to each.
Yeah, that'd be fine,
So
right?
then I might start with Henry and Tea because I go there so often.
I wonder if we need a better way to. Anyway, it's different.
Better way to order them or something, eh?
Well, we can set up ordering fine, but refilling them because at the moment we just sell them in the 1 litre
yeah, we do.
bulk jars,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a bit of a mission for a restaurant to then refill those little.
Well,
ones.
if you pull the cap off and you have a little funnel, it'd
Yeah.
be fine.
But you'd have
You
to
could
stir up
put
some
a 1 litre pourer bottle rather than a 1 litre jar would be a better way to
or
refill
like
it.
a canteen kind of bottle.
I reckon the question from the listeners would be like, why don't you sell the sesh oil in that pourer bottle? Why do you even have it in a jar?
Oh yeah.
Because everyone's like, it's so frustrating to get it in the jar. It's nearly impossible to make it in the pourer bottle is the reason why we
Yes.
don't. We make each, to get that much flavour into every sesh oil bottle, we have to make them individually in the jar that the oil is sizzled. The chilies are sizzled.
chilies,
We can't big batch make it, so it's a very small batch made product. And I think we make it and then put it into those bottles. Possibly.
No, we still do it
Do
hot.
you
into
still
them.
still sizzling it?
But
So
it's
you're
just like
trying to
a
get
3 or 4 pour off because you pour it off and then it bubbles up and then you go down the line and you come back, pour it again, top it up.
So it's it's a nightmare to get
And to pour the
literally boiling hot oil into a tiny hole.
with product in the bottom
With
of the
product
jar
in the
that's
bottom.
going to make it sizzle.
So you have to go back over 4 times and top it up
Because
with
you
the oil
can't get wet fried chili
into a
flakes
bottle.
into a jar into
Or a
a
bottle,
bottle
yeah.
and measure it
That's
consistently.
always
the hardest
been
part.
the hardest part. But yeah, that oil, to get everything right. Like there's a perfect pinch of salt in there. Everything's just perfect made in the jar. Anyway, so that's why we don't do it. It takes like 4 times longer.
You can buy it if you come into store.
We do have some in store. I'm going to go and try and convince Amy to make me 500 bottles so I can get it out and about. The other thing I want out and about is that black gold on French fries.
Yes.
I want everyone to have salt and vinegar fries on their menus.
Yep.
And I don't know how to like spread the word about how good it is.
Yeah, just give it away.
That's what I was thinking. I might do like 100 bulk bags. You don't even need a bulk bag because you only need to put a pinch on it.
Yeah.
And drop it into anywhere that does fries and be like, try this on your fries. Like all fish and chip shops should have a salt and vinegar option.
For their salt.
So like add salt and vinegar to your chips. And you could have salt and vinegar French fries or fries and your fish with the peppermint tartar sauce out the gate. Absolute level up.
Bulk do the tartier.
Well, I was hoping I want them to sell the tartier as a jar on the counter.
Yeah.
So I've got Ella working, that's her project this year. I wanted to go to every fish and chip shop.
Right, so end of this year, every fish and chip shop will be in. Yeah,
but I think we need to maybe do a post and just like get people to tag placed businesses.
Yeah.
And if they tag the business, I'll maybe send them some black gold. That was my idea. Have you got anything to cancel?
I haven't got anything to cancel, but I was going to ask you what your favourite kitchen utensil was, which was along the line of your chopping board. But you is there something that you can't cook without? Like, is there something that if you were to go into a kitchen, I feel like you could blimmin' cook a fried egg with a blimmin' knife or something.
Yeah, I literally cooked those sausages on the cob with my fingers.
It's a dumb question. This started, right, because I've got this little spatula and it's like the half width of a normal spatula.
Oh, and you like it?
It's my favourite spatula.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things that if that ever like ended up going anywhere, I'd probably just drive straight to Briscoe's and buy a new one.
Interesting. You're so attached
I'm weird
to it.
like that though. I've got like little things like that you get attached to little things like that.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't have a spatula for like 6 months and I didn't even realise until my boyfriend was like, how do you not own a spatula? I was like, I don't have a sieve. I've got 50 pairs of tongs that come and go because if I'm having something at home, I'll take 12 pairs of tongs home and then I'll take 12 pairs of tongs back to it.
I reckon tongs are one of those things you can't ever have enough of.
Yeah, so I was scrambling my eggs with like my chopsticks.
In the pan.
Yeah, I think
dumb question.
There's not much I could not. It would be a sharp knife.
Yep.
That would be the most frustrating thing is to not have a sharp knife to cut with.
Yep.
Absolutely. I do really enjoy a nice flipper.
Fish flip.
Yeah, that's not too wide, not too thin. I kind of like a
little bit flexy.
Yeah, a little bit flexy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That would be a good. I just wanted to talk about briefly, just touch on the flavour of creaming soda.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that came from literally like, it's almost lemonade with like a tablespoon of cream or something, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'm going to Google it right now. A creaming soda. Because what is
creaming soda?
Creaming soda.
I literally think it's like a soda with a splash of cream. But that golden circle creaming soda, that takes me back to real weirdly, not the Polypools. What's the other one? Waikiki Hot Pools.
Did you used to get a creaming soda there?
They must have had creaming sodas in the fridge there or something, and after we'd go swimming, we'd get a creaming soda.
Oh, here we go. It's the flavour of an ice cream float.
Ah.
So soda with ice cream.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the flavour of it.
There you go then.
I actually have a big old soft spot for creaming soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always enjoyed it as a kid.
I'm going to feel like a Coke float now.
I haven't had one in a long time because I will always get a no sugar fizzy if I have a no sugar fizzy because I don't want to waste calories on a drink.
Yep.
But we were talking about it the other day and it's very, very nostalgic. And they do creaming soda flavoured milkshakes.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like a vanilla flavour. Lemon juice and natural vanilla to make a creamy, rich, citrusy soda.
Yeah,
Six Barrel Soda does one. Oh, they do a nice one. Yeah. Okay, there you go. It's like creamy. It's the creamy vanilla. Love it. Okay, well, I like it.
So weird.
I feel like that could be brought back. is like a fun
A
thing.
bougie creaming soda.
Well, Six Barrel Soda's doing beautiful creaming soda flavour. You could make like a creaming soda panna cotta, or does it have to be fizzy?
Oh,
Could you
yeah.
do
Well, it would just taste like ice cream.
I like the concept of a milkshake, creaming soda milkshake. I feel like a creaming soda has its specific flavour. If you made a creaming soda milkshake, it does not taste like vanilla. It tastes like creaming soda.
Yep.
It's therefore become its own entity.
It has its
Yeah.
own flavour profile.
Yeah, it has its own flavour profile for sure.
Yeah.
Creaming soda cake. I don't know. I kind of want one now.
I reckon that would be a bit nostalgic, hey?
Yeah, I'm probably thinking of it in my head as like, oh, I'm going to really like that. And I'll have one sip and be like, oh, that's actually way too sweet.
Gross.
Yeah.
Get some creamy, a case of it from Gilmore's or something, because surely it's they'll have the milkshake flavours at Gilmore's.
Oh, they'll definitely have the milkshake flavours at Gilmore's. Yes, yes. It might need
hilarious.
the fizziness. Anyway, we can have a little taste of a creaming soda.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to bring that up, see what everyone's thoughts are on the
Do you have any other like
creaming soda.
nostalgic kind of things? Something that has weirdly come back in my life, because whenever I go to the gas station to get gas, I have to get cigarettes. The little spaceman cigarettes.
Oh, right.
Because
yeah.
I've taught Abel that that's what cigarettes are for a laugh.
perfect.
And so whenever he goes to the gas station with literally anyone, including his grandparents, he goes, "Can you buy me some cigarettes?"
Oh
And it's
my
hilarious.
God, that is quite funny.
So
Ciggies.
we'll drive past the gas station and be like, "I need my cigarettes." So now we go and get these spaceman lollies all the time, and it's just like a stick of sugar.
Yeah.
Must be. I don't
Nice.
know,
They're nice though.
but that's something that from my childhood that I've randomly brought back into Abel's life through that.
Not really. Like,
What about like smokers or any other?
yeah,
lollies?
those pink smokers, they were
Yeah.
always nice. I mean, Dad used to like pixie caramels.
Ah, yeah.
He used to quite like a pixie caramel, and I used to like them, but they're actually like near impossible to eat. They're so bad for your teeth.
Yes.
They're so chewy.
So chewy. It's
And
like a K-bar.
I
It feels
do-
gross. It feels like your teeth are going to fall out when you're chewing one.
I reckon Dad wouldn't have had one in 30 years. But
No.
when I see a pixie caramel, I do like.
Yeah,
Remember him
dabble.
used to like the pixie caramel.
You put it in
And
the fridge,
me
right?
and Mum used to like share a Milky Bar. Like a
Yeah.
Milky Bar from the dairy.
Yep.
Yeah, the sweet treats. Oh, do you know what? There's a Vienna.
Oh,
The ice cream. That
Yes.
like only the very rich people could have the Vienna ice creams.
Oh.
and you get it was a very very bougie
Special.
from the freezer, but
Oh.
we maybe were allowed it 2 or 3 times in our childhood to
yep.
have the
Vienna,
Vienna
yeah.
ice cream.
Like chop it up with a knife almost.
Yeah,
to
you
get
have
it
to
out of it,
you can have a slice of the Vienna. We were
I had
never
that
allowed
recently.
it. Did you?
Yeah, because I saw it there and I went, and it's so light. It's like they pump the ice cream so full of air that it's like not even ice cream anymore.
It kind of tastes like that rubbish soft serve.
Yeah. Super, super fluffy. Super interesting.
And
like,
the other thing we used to get was a Bavarian tart. Do you remember that?
art. What was
That
it?
was like a nice special dessert. Like,
Yeah.
pick up a Bavarian, like it's a frozen round. I think it had a cracker crust, and it was almost like a giant frozen Neenish tart. Bavarian. I'm just gonna search that too. Bavarian.
Do you remember ice cream sandwiches? The little pink wafers with like this just straight up square of ice cream in the middle?
Yep. Pink wafers. You liked that. Oh, but this is coming out with something different. It was like definitely a Sara Lee sort of dessert, Bavarian tart that Mum used to like. Right.
Anyway,
Okay, moving on.
moving on.
The next thing I want to talk about is food cost of products at cafes and restaurants and stuff. So have you seen the cup of strawberries, and they get the chocolate sauce, the like Whittaker's chocolate poured all over them. So you get the cup. It's got like a whole punnet of strawberries
It's
in there.
literally just become a thing in the last 6 months.
It has become
and
a
it's blown
massive
up
thing
on TikTok 'cause
this
it's-
year.
Yeah.
But it is the best thing.
it?
It is so delicious. They use Whittaker's creamy milk,
Yep.
and you get a couple of pumps over the strawberries, and it just drips down on all the strawberries.
Yep.
And it's 2 for $25 at the one in the Mount.
Yep.
This has got this random shop called
Yep.
Cool Shit. It's that guy, Jimmy.
Oh,
Off,
yep.
who's from Hamilton. He's like a YouTuber or something.
Yep.
And the shop's real random. It's got like Pokemon and
It's
t-shirts.
all collectory sort of stuff.
And then just these chocolate covered
Straws.
strawberries. I think it's a pop-up shop.
Yeah.
So they're 2 for $25.
Yep.
The chocolate covered strawberries. And the amount of grief on his post that he gets
For the cost of
about
it.
them being too expensive.
Yep.
And I just did a bit of quick math in my head the other day. I'm like, a punnet of strawberries $5.
Yep.
Standard. There's at least a punnet in there, and he cuts the green bits off. So you got, I know he's getting them cheaper, but let's just say at retail value.
Sure.
And then there's about, there's a good couple of dollars of chocolate in there.
Because it'd be like almost a
Like
quarter of a block of chocolate.
It's like a good sort of third of a cup of chocolate poured over there, which is melted.
Yep.
Which would be about, a quarter to a third of a block, I reckon. It's rich. You couldn't eat a whole cup of the strawberries. Well, I mean, I did, obviously, but you
wouldn't, but I mean, I did.
But yeah, it's a lot. So you say you're at $7.
Yep.
Your cup 50 cents. So say you're at $7.50 product cost.
Yep.
You've got the rent of a Main Street store on the Mount, and you've got two staff members working in there.
Yep.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's making a buck off his $12.50 per cup of strawberries.
I don't think it'd be much. And you've got to, people don't think about it, but even just transaction fees. An EFTPOS transaction, 30 cents full stop plus normally 5% or something like that. PayWave, it's normally a couple more percent. You're paying 5% or something like that.
True.
All of the tech that goes behind that, point of sale system, all of that sort of stuff, it's just not cheap.
No, it's not cheap. And obviously he's getting the strawberries cheaper because he's buying them bulk, so he'll get a good saving on that. But so say he's making $4 a cup.
Yeah.
And then you pay 40% tax.
Yeah.
So he's taking home a couple of dollars.
Yeah.
And so he should.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's taken a risk. He's gone out and brought this idea and this shop to the Main Street Mount. You absolutely deserve to pay yourself for it.
Oh, we went and got one of those.
Thousands of comments. It's too expensive. What a rip-off.
Do it yourself then.
Honestly, people just don't think about that. And then you have things that people don't complain about, like paying $12 for a bowl of fries that cost people 50 cents to make.
Or a coffee that you pay $5 that costs $1 or something.
Yeah, so $4 for a long black.
Yep.
What's that costing you?
Yeah.
50 cents.
Yeah.
I think I've started seeing at the moment on a breakfast menu, I often add avocado.
Yeah.
It's $5 for a half an avocado. So you're charging $10 for an avocado.
Yeah.
We know an avocado costs $1 at the moment. If that. They're worth near nothing. At the moment. They are everywhere.
Yep.
So that is $10 for say
$2.
40 cents worth of avocado.
Yep.
If you're adding it as a side, there's no cooking of it. There's nothing. They're just scooping out half a kilo.
Yep.
You go, I should be complaining about that, but I don't. You're like, no. I'm going to pay $5 for my side of avocado.
Oh, and same with bacon. It's $5 for 2 little rashers of bacon or something when you probably pay 50 cents.
Nah, but
you got to cook it.
Bacon's a bit more expensive though, as well, for sure.
Oh, $10 for 600 or 1 kilo or something. I don't know.
600. I don't know. Yeah, it's still way more expensive than avocado. And then egg, I think they charge $6 to add a couple of eggs on, but eggs can be nice free range eggs, $1 each. Hollandaise, but people they've got hollandaise under the category of add-ons, and they're charging the same for hollandaise as they are bacon.
That hollandaise is one of those weird ones because I guess avocado would go off in a couple of days, but hollandaise is a one-day thing. If you're making that at the start of the day and you're making 10 portions of hollandaise, you need to claw back that cost in the first 2 sales. You know what I mean?
I guess so, but you're selling eggs Benny for $28.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it shouldn't be an add-on.
It shouldn't be an add-on.
Yep.
I think breakfast meals at the moment do have the biggest markup.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is, I know eggs have gone up a lot, but you're not paying more than $1 per egg. I'd say you're paying an average 50 cents an egg if you're buying them by the carton of beautiful free-range eggs.
Yeah. And is that why,
bread is very cheap, even sourdough.
Is that why, we're seeing so many stores just close? I don't know, we're struggling or just empty?
What stores?
Cafes.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's easier to go out and pay $30 for a main meal than it is for a brunch. It's a little bit more justifiable?
Yeah.
There's sort of smarter ways around it. I quite $28 for an eggs Benny.
It's just
$14 for an eggs on toast. I just get a poached eggs on toast and add some avo or add some hollandaise.
Yeah.
And then the kid, Pepper started wanting eggs Benny. I'm like, sorry, mate, you're not having eggs Benny.
We get a little a little kids waffles or something for $9.
Yeah, Henry and Ted does great.
Able to sit there drinking the maple syrup and not touching the rest.
Oh well, yeah. My kids love poached eggs on toast, and I'll do a poached eggs on toast as an adult size and add a side of avo or bacon and split it into 2, and then they get that, and you can usually do that for under $10.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm just like so interested in the margins of things when you drill it down. Your breakfast meals will be cheaper in general to make. Pancakes.
And
cheap.
easier to prep, yeah.
Way easier to prep, way quicker to make. There'd be more money in doing brunches than. I guess in winter you're really hard. You can't even provide a side of Evo.
No.
Your tomatoes are through the roof. All that stuff's expensive.
Yep.
I know that good bread is still sort of $6 for a great loaf of sourdough, but you're cutting that into quite a few slices.
Yeah, 6 portions or 8 portions or something.
I reckon the food cost on a breakfast, some of the breakfasts would be like $3 to $4.
And then staff is probably the biggest.
Obviously staff and rent, but if you're just, comparing that to the choc dipped strawberries,
Right.
I reckon that no one should be questioning the price of a massive cup of chocolate-coated, Whittaker's chocolate-coated strawberries. Yeah.
It's hard to come across in a TikTok the actual size as well, because I feel like they're actually probably pretty big cups.
Pretty big cups,
and they're probably pretty decent strawberries, like
they're
supermarket strawberries.
No, they're good, yeah. I think the season's sort of almost done a little bit, sort of maybe another month or so in it. But yeah, and then the bowl of fries. $10 to $12 for a bowl of fries at a nice restaurant. Yeah, they might put a blooming shaving of parmesan on it, which will cost more than the actual fries. But that would be the cheapest. Obviously, deep fryer oil, expensive, and you probably got to change that once a week. But that's money for nothing.
Yep.
Especially if you're selling them for $5 a punnet at the bloody fireworks, the race cars.
Oh my goodness, stock cars or something.
Yeah.
It's just money for nothing, isn't it?
That is money for nothing. The French fries are money for nothing.
What about those little donut stands? Little mini donuts. What would that better sort of stuff cost?
Real cheap. Real cheap, but once again, the oil and you're having to invest in a decent piece of machinery that makes those little donuts. Yep. So you've put your 100K or 150K into your production and you've got to pay that off, I guess. Yep. So that always sort of looked to me as a money for nothing kind of thing. Because you're sitting there and you paid $25 for something that's probably cost $2. Yeah. $3. Yeah, once you paid off your investment, for sure, you'd be money for nothing. Yeah. Especially if it's on a little trailer and you just boost around and
welcome Bay Shops on a Friday or Thursday.
Oh, that's right. You love the donuts.
Abel sees the flag before I see the flag in the car, and he'll be like, "Oh, donuts!
I'll get my donuts. I'll get some cigarettes while you're at it."
Cigarettes and donuts on a Thursday arvo on the way home from kindy. Yeah.
I've had another business idea.
Oh, okay. You've got 1 minute to tell me.
Okay, so you know how I was talking about doing a restaurant here or doing like catering or whatever, doing my catering. Okay, so now I've decided I'm going to do a pop-up restaurant at my house. And instead of selling to one group of 12 or whatever, I'm going to do per head. So you can book a table of 2 or tables of 4 or whatever. So I've got my main dining table seats 8, my outdoor dining table seats 10. I'm going to have a table off to the side on my concrete patio by the pizza oven. That's going to seat 6. And then I reckon I'll do 3 tables of 2 around the pool. Okay? So I'm going to start a 30-seater restaurant. And you can come and you're around the pool and my tropical jungle is going to be incredible. We're going to start with like our folded pizza bread things. We have canapes. We'll do bubbles on arrival. You can we'll have a little bar set up.
I'm laughing because I think it's stupid, but you would sell out every day you did it.
No, I know. And so we figured out the menu. So you do 3 nights in a row. So you do 3 nights in a row.
Yeah. So the prep's just one night.
So the prep where you do one massive day's prep. So if you're making panna cotta, you make 100 panna cottas. You probably do beautiful lamb shoulder main. You'd do a pasta. It'd be Italian theme.
Yeah.
So you'd start with sort of wood-fired breads. Yeah. Nibbles would do a few hours. It'd be like you could do a long lunch, but like a sort of later in the afternoon, and you want to be gone by sort of 8, so maybe like a 3 to 8 setting.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to get around the liquor license, you do BYO. So you're not selling alcohol. You BYO.
You still need a BYO license, don't you?
I don't know. I feel like if it's just friends popping around for it, you wouldn't need a license. And they've all chipped in for the food that they're about to receive, which is fine. Right, okay. And if you're only doing it for 3 days in a row every now and then, I don't see the issue. So you provide everyone with a little just like a tub with a bag of ice in it, and they stick their drinks in by their cute little tables. And then we set the tables with beautiful napkins, like we'll do like bubbles on arrival or something, and then we'll do some nibbles, and then start with like the wood fire breads, and then we do like beautiful big roast veggie salads with pine nuts and feta, and we do that beautiful spaghetti. I've been making that vegetarian spaghetti, and then we do like the lamb shoulder, like lemony anchovy crusted lamb shoulder with I reckon a little side of focaccia with the main.
Could you not do that as a pop up in like a cafe that's actually got a license and like run it out of a cafe? So it's not.
No, there's no fun in that because I need to pay that pool off, right? So I've got it all planned out. I reckon. Yeah, if you did 3 nights in a row, 30 people, you'd need to do about $200 a head, because I'd need to get a waiter.
You'd need a couple staff.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd need you plus 3 others for sure.
Nah.
Yeah.
To serve 30?
Yeah.
Nah. No, you're not taking payment or anything. It's all prepaid. You're just running food. And what you do is you'd stagger the arrival time of every table by 15 minutes so that you're rolling out the food with a 15 minutes. So I do one pasta, the next 15 minutes. And it's sort of shared. So if you're at a table of 2, you get a bowl to share between 2. But if you're at a table of 4, you get a bowl to share. Exactly like Amador.
Yeah. All right, let us know in the comments or reply to Cherie or something. Let us know how much you pay for it and when you want to book it in, and you can pay off your pool.
Yeah, I'll put the link online. We'll do pre-sales. Because those tiles are adding up by the day.
All right.
Have a good week. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Pepper and Me podcast, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the products that we're talking about, you'll find us at pepperandme.co.nz.